fact that there's now 2 breaches. There are shelters that people can go to in case you're able to get there. One of the problems right now, though, is that all of your emergency response teams are being flooded with phone calls of people who are in need, who need to be evacuated. So that is why we're not getting a lot more updates from officials.
Right, and yes, they're so busy as well. Now, I will say that their Facebook page is pretty active, so that's where we're getting some of our information. But the Washington County EMA said that they are not evacuating the nursing home at this time. And I think that's really important for people who might have loved ones in that area or some people who are elders in the community. The nursing home in that town is not being evacuated, so that is some information that we wanted to pass along.
We were told that the one woman who needed to be rescued earlier was an older woman who had waist-deep water in her home, and she basically could not get out. We're also told that many areas right now that are being flooded, it's around ankle to knee deep, and you're being asked not to wade out into that water and try to make your way across because you could very easily get swept away or may not know how deep something is. These are some of the pictures that are coming into our newsroom right now. Josh sent this photo in, and you can see just some taillights down in the water. You can see the water here has basically become a river across the road. This is why things are impassable at this time. So if you're going to try to jump in your car, your truck, whatever, and drive out, try to get an idea of what the road is like before you leave, because you can end up in a situation where you can't turn around. You're just going to be stuck on the road like this, hoping that someone can come and pick you up.
Well, and you can see, and just when we were talking to the representative from EMA saying you don't know how deep this water is. I mean, take a look at this picture from Josh O'Brien there. Yeah, and we know that you can get swept away very quickly. You know, it only takes like a feet of water, I want to say. So, I mean, I might be, mistaken there, but it's not very much for you to get swept away if you're trying to pass water.
And keep something in mind, too, that you have emergency personnel out there trying to do their jobs. They're also putting themselves into danger. So if you don't need to put yourself into danger, try not to leave your home and just wait for someone to come and pick you up, because you're trying to get out somewhere where they're trying to rescue someone else. Now they've got to move over here, and you have that many more people involved in the danger when probably didn't need to.
Right, right. And I think the one thing that you mentioned earlier, I guess any kind of silver lining, is that we're not in school at this time. So you don't have to worry about the high school and the elementary school, which is in that path, that flood path there. But certainly a lot of rain as it keeps coming and coming down, people should be
Anthony said 2 to 4 inches within a very short amount of time that had fallen. We do know that the dam was failed back in 2022. So just a couple of years ago, they had to deal with a situation like this. So at least we know that they've been through it before. This isn't their first time. They probably have a game plan for going in there and getting people and rescuing them out at this time. Once again, we want to reset and give you an idea of what we're doing. We're following breaking news out of Nashville, Illinois, where there have been 2 breaches now of the dam. That means a lot of water is coming down. In the diagram there, that gives you an idea of the homes and the places that are in the path of the water that is to come. If they can't stop it before it does it, I don't know if you can while it's an active situation like this.
Yeah. We do have on the line Senator Charlie Meyer. And Mr. Meyer, if you can hear us, please unmute yourself on the line. But are you there, sir? Give him a second to see if we can unmute. We've been trying to, of course, talk to emergency management officials, also state lawmakers, someone who can tell us, the situation with the dam.
I want to get an idea of how many people are in the area, how many people needed to be.
Here's Rep Meyer.
Oh, hello.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh,
we understand.
very sorry.
Republican National Convention, and too many people are up here on phones. So
Understand.
Understand.
What are you hearing about the Nashville area from the calls that you've been able to make and receive?
Well, I know it's pouring down rain right now again. I know that area has received 7 inches of rain right on the east side of that. I've talked to a farmer with a gauge right there, and it's still coming down. If you look at the radar track, this is all going so far. I am being told, I've had conflicting reports, that this water is all going through the emergency overflow yet. I don't believe it's topped the levee. The problem really comes in if the levee gets topped, then there would be a major breach. the areas that you're talking about, while I was trying to get the rest of the way on here, a lot of Nashville is very high, but there are homes, and a lot of those homes, their backyards are along where this normally drains. But I know water is in people's houses. I know water is in people's basements. We want everybody to stay safe. Let people know where you are. Let them know what your situation is. Do not try walking. Do not try driving through this. It's going to take people who know exactly where and what to do. It's an agricultural area. If you've got to be gotten to, I'm sure they sell all things to get through the water and keep moving through it and get to you and people that know the roads. Don't try driving through it and don't try walking through it. Be careful, think about it, and for God's sake, don't anybody come wanting to look at damage. We don't need you there. We need your prayers. We don't need people sightseeing and causing problems.